Hello, 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 lovely YouTube peoples. I am back, and I swear to God, if I have to restart this video one more time, y'all might can hear the fact that Squirmint is already starting her bullshit. We just went out to potty. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't at all. I don't. You're about to get banished from the room. This time I actually have a door on some hinges and I can close it. We're in that space now. Okay? Anyway, I wasn't going to let that get us too distracted. I was going to really try not to. I'm trying so hard, y'all. I'm trying. So, the full moon apparently is Friday, July 23rd. And like I have mentioned before in other videos, it just seems like every moon phase now, it's almost like how we name storms, you know? Oh God, it's Hurricane Isla or like some weird shit, and you're like, everything's got a name. Now in astrology, every moon has a name, and it's like, I like this field, so it's like I'm like picking on it, but I like it at the same time. The same thing with tarot. I'm like irreverent as shit, but I like it. It's, you know what? A buck full moon, the buck full moon. What in the orange camo 30-06 fucking shit is that? The buck full moon. I sat there, I about laughed over that shit for the longest. I was like, okay, so anyway, it's an Aquarius. The buck full moon is an Aquarius. To me, it doesn't really sound like too Aquarian to be like, give me my Remington, you know, or my buckshot, Pearl. Give me my Remington. Anyway, I'm a redneck and I'm from the redneck crowd, so I'm allowed to talk like that. Don't come for me. Don't nobody come for me. If y'all can't tell, redneckia. Yeah. Okay. Also, I stole these cards from my boo thing. They might blind y'all. Blinded by the light. Fucked up like a douche. Whatever. That's the lyrics in this house. All right. Vagina rocks, y'all. Placed. I can't just drop them. I have to actually kind of like place them intentionally because I have a tiny little stool here instead of a big chair, and it'll definitely just hit the floor, and I don't feel like that shit. So we're going to just do a collective reading for what this buck full moon is bringing us. Oh my God. What in grandma's fucking spaghetti is a buck full moon? I'm just wanting to know. I'm just fucking curious. What in Bambi's fucking misery and my childhood trauma is a buck full moon? Okay. Y'all gonna have to learn me up in the comments. I mean, I could read all about it on bustle.com, but you know, I don't feel like clicking through ads. What is all this trash? All right, let's get on it. Let's just do this. One more shuffle for good luck, because I just feel like we might score us a 12 point if I just do it one more time. We're not going to settle for a 6 point with fur on the antlers. We're going full blown 12. I want daddy. No, I don't. No. Just so you know. All right. Anyway, we're moving on. Let's go ahead and start. The situation. This is for, just in case my guides, my angels, whomever controls these cards that fly out of my hands, just to whatever sorcery that is, I am curious about the collective energy for this buck full moon. I can't even. I was trying to be so serious. I was trying to be serious. What's the situation for us collectively? What's the situational energies for us for this buck full moon? Tell me about it. Oh, Lord. Oh, there it went. Okay, is that two? Yeah, it is. Two ladies. Two ladies got something to say. Hi, hey girls, hi. Hey ladies. Okay, if you can't tell, this would be the Queen of Cups, and this would be the High Priestess. Hopefully that is something that's kind of visible to y'all. Yes, I knew it would blind y'all. And also, yes, I didn't care. Uh-oh. Okay. We'll get through it together. So both of these energies are like really high power feminine energy. So if you're a dude watching this and the feminine energy isn't necessarily your cup of tea, you're not like channeled into that, don't make it mean anything that you're not comfortable with. That's not what I mean by this. But I do see this as powerhouse feminine energy. So for those of us that are watching it that feel like we've been channeling that feminine part of ourselves, this is a really good omen for those folks. Really good omen for that energy coming up in this full moon. Now, full moons, generally speaking, from my limited understanding, would be, the time where we kind of like harvest or even worse yet, reap what we sow. The last 2 weeks, it's kind of the culmination point, the full point. And so I usually think of that in my head more like as a masculine thing, but I guess if you put it into like a less of like an action oriented thing, it's kind of like the birthing of something. So it's like here we've grown something to a certain level and now it's like ripe. We have this ripeness that's showing up here. The Queen of Cups being something that's very associated with that kind of nurturing maternal type energy. And the High Priestess, always about that spidey sense, man. I'm telling you, the ladies know. I'm not trying to be gender specific, except I am right now because this ladies know. Dudes be all in there like, yeah, I think she nice. And I'm over here like, avoid her. And he's like, but I mean, I thought she was nice. And I'm like, no. Avoid her. She got stank energy. She got stank vibes. Trust. And they're all like, oh, okay, whatever. If I don't avoid her, I'm going to have problems at home. So, and I'm like, yes, you will because she stank. Something stank about her. I'm telling you, we just know. High Priestess, I know. I know things. I'm going to claim it as fact. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing some kind of powerhouse of this feminine energy, really psychic at this time, a lot of spidey sense at this time. You're getting that gut instinct. You're getting that read on people. Like that's the energy that I'm feeling. It's like, okay, we've got something that's here. It's big, it's ripe, it's in your face. And it's like, you're not going to miss that ticker tape, that psychic ticker tape. I'm on to you. I'm on to this. I know what this is. So like my brother said earlier today, he's like, I've seen this movie before. And it wasn't even a movie. He's just talking about life. Anyway, so crossing this situation. What is crossing our flower power? Ooh, feminine stuff. Okay. Crossing that situation, we have the 8 of Swords, which is very interesting to me to see because, me when I'm deep into my feminine energies, I'm like so receptive that I do get caught in this vicious cycle of analysis paralysis. This what this feels like to me is almost that sense that you're taking in so much information. So much information is coming in. And I mean, almost like, imagine being high, like, choose your flavor, girl. Choose your flavor. What you like, shroom? What you want, THC? What you want? I don't care. Just visualize too much sensory information coming in at once. You're feeling the walls breathe. You know what I mean? You're bringing in all this info and you're just like, dear God, there's a lot going on in this room. I just walked in and it's like, whoa, which is another reason why people don't care for Thanksgiving or family reunions. Because it's like, I just walked in on y'all and I already know that I need to exit, right? I'm getting that sense where it's like some of this psychicness and some of this receptivity, it's almost like you've found your saturation point, or we're getting there, because this is the full moon energy. This is coming up in the future, that we're almost kind of hitting that saturation point for incoming things. I don't believe I can take any more in, right? I'm not sure if I could soak up any more of this, whether it's soaking up a happy thing, sure, but I have a tendency to think that this might be something that is got you ruminating, mind crunch, think about it. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And you're taking in all of these fine details to the point where it's almost like information overload. You can paralyze yourself by having too much information. That can be very paralyzing. Sometimes you don't need to dig into the details and the subtext and the subtext because you're just going to end up ruining yourself by overdoing it. And that's kind of what I'm feeling it here. It's almost like, yeah, you can be receptive, but let's not oversaturate ourselves. Or if you already are going to be finding yourselves in a saturation point, we'll talk about like maybe advice on how to get out of that. Other than fuck it, you know, like other than that, we're going to try to do something other than fuck it, run away. Okay. So let's see here. New direction. So since this is the situation, what could be coming in? What is it that's coming in that might be contextualizing this? What is it that's coming in for us? In the new moon. I didn't know, full moon, by the way, full moon. If I say new moon, I'm wrong. Full moon. We have two that have showed their lovely faces. Okay, 10 of Wands upright and the Chariot. All right, so already I haven't said it yet, but Queen of Cups is generally water sign individual. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, but if that makes sense for you, then good. High Priestess is a Piscean energy. The Chariot is a Cancerian energy. So we're seeing these water sign energies big here. 3 major watery energies coming up on the board: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So, but especially with the Cancer and the Pisces, I'm seeing it here. But things that are coming in, first of all, I'm feeling like, again, going back to this feeling state that I'm getting of being like oversaturated, receiving too much info or too much stuff. It's like, I cannot take any more in. Like I said, I cannot swell any larger than I am at this point. My brain will explode. My brain coils are already leaching out into the unknown. It is too much. I'm already like, some of y'all might feel like y'all are at a bit of a breaking point. Now, breaking point can look different for everybody. I'm not saying that people are heading towards a nervous breakdown, but there's a possibility that some of y'all are. Hey, there's a time and place to fall apart, right? Some of us get to the point where it's like, now's about the best time as ever to just let it go. And then you just ugly cry. You do the most Haagen-Dazs donut holes. Smash it out. Fine. Good. Right. We will survive it. Okay. So that could be coming up for people. But also in terms of feeling like breaking point, if we want to scale it back to something that's not as, I guess, upsetting, it can just be like when you get to that point where you're delegating, delegating has to happen. Round up all the kids. Round up your 40-11 kids. Make them do some shit around the house, okay? Make them do something. If there's other people that you are depending on, you're, say, interrelated with, and you're depending on all of these people to step up, tighten the fuck up, and like really, I guess, fulfill the roles that they're supposed to be fulfilling. I'm seeing like that is something that's going to be happening, whether you're standing up and kind of like advocating for that, or, I mean, honestly, that's it. I feel like, either you're hitting a nervous breakdown, or you're kind of being bossy about like, no, this needs to happen. We're going to delegate. Those are the two energies that I'm seeing branching off here. Seeing the Chariot come into play, this is a card that's always about movement, but also can be a victorious energy. So when I see it paired with something like, hey, I'm fucking tired. Okay, I am tired. I'm not doing the dishes. You gonna fucking do the dishes. You about to do the dishes. I'm gonna break a dish on your ass. All of that. This is victorious. You're coming out victorious. Your kids know you mean business. They know that glass was made not to break easily. And they're like, oh God, on my ass, no. Chiropractor can't fix that. Uh-oh. So they know. They get it. People get it. This can be a situation where the squeaky wheel gets the oil. I'm sure y'all have heard that. The louder people bitch are the ones that usually get the attention. Now, I'm not saying go about anything and be rude now. I'm not saying about that. But I am saying that it looks like delegation and trying to get people to kind of like really, hey, you stand up. That's your role. That ain't mine. You get to doing that because that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's going to put you in a place that's victorious. This also, the Chariot, because it's movement card and movement oriented, I think that there is going to be something that is moving with your situation. So up to this point, it feels like all you've been kind of doing is sitting back and absorbing and absorbing and absorbing and absorbing. And you're turning into the blueberry kid from Willy Wonka. I don't even remember her name. What is it? No, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try because I almost blurred out. I'm not. Anyway, the blueberry girl. It feels like the blueberry girl. You're just swelling and swelling and swelling and swelling. So up to that point, and then it's kind of like, oh God, like, how do I fix more info, more info? No, you get to the point where you're like, that's it. Saturated. You do this, you do this, you do that, and we're making it happen. So it feels like the movement on that is going to be happening because you just can't swell any bigger than that. You know, you can't absorb anymore. You can't ruminate anymore. You can't research it any more in depth than you already have. We are at the saturation point. We are moving forward. So that's what I'm seeing with that. I am curious also, give me a little bit more information about the chariot specifically. Why do I have to be so dramatic? Okay. But let's go for it. We have, let's blend it out. We have the Star in reverse and what is that? The King of Wands in reverse. It's hard for me to tell, y'all. Hard for me to tell. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this? Yeah. Star reverse. Today's. Uh-oh. This kind of like blurs out the nips. Oh, sad day. Anyway. Aquarius energy, full moon in Aquarius. So, hey, here you go. We got the Aquarian energy. King of Wands, that would be fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sag, just in case it matters to anybody. But anyway, looking at this coming in, when I'm thinking of the Chariot and thinking about that movement and that victory, I'm thinking that this victory is something that you've really, really needed. Not only because you're like at your saturation point and like at the end of the rope here, you know, the breaking point that we're talking about. Not just because of that, but these two cards together feels a bit disenfranchised to me, you know? It's kind of like, hey, whatever you were kind of like, wishing upon a star, dreaming would happen, right? It's the dream, it's the hope, it's the wishful thinking. You know, dare I even say that it borders almost on delusional? I don't mean that as an insult, and I don't even mean that y'all are being delusional or that I myself. No, I just kind of mean that it's like, you know, perhaps we had a little bit of rose-colored glasses on about how this might work, right? How something might work out. And I think this is something where it feels like part of moving forward in a much more successful way is just coming to terms with the realism of the situation. I can't do it all, right? I can't physically do it all. And sitting there thinking about it 100 times over and worrying about it is not getting me any closer to my goal, right? So you're seeing this play out where movement is really being called for. So I think part of the healing and part of the acquisition of the dream is doing something, like actually moving forward with it. Because this King of Wands in the reverse, this is also that disenfranchised energy. This is not feeling like you can go after it and get it. Something about this animal makes it feel like you hadn't been able to go for it yet. But coming into the full moon energy, I think it's going to be prime and ready for it. So if you've been feeling stunted at all or held back, your energy's been held back, perhaps you've been trying, but it's all been falling on deaf ears and you're like, hello, I have been talking, I have been asking, I've been saying what is needed. I've been, this is an issue that's been going on for a while. We have finally gotten it to the end, a 10. I cannot go beyond this. I cannot talk myself blue in the face anymore. Like I'm there. So I'm getting really real with myself and saying, and real with all y'all motherfuckers that are watching, you spectator sport asses. And I'm getting real about what I am going to do and what I'm not going to do anymore. And what y'all are going to have to do and what y'all not going to do around me anymore as well. So it feels kind of like that kind of a thing. And with the spidey sense being as full as it is at this time, full, not fool, my words, I can't speak. Anyway, with it being as full as it is right now, like people are going to have to really just own up and listen. Because honestly, whatever logic or whatever lingo that you're going to be saying, if you have any kind of conversations like this, it's going to be right on the money. It's not like they're going to be able to refute it, right? You're like, oh, I'm sitting here with facts. What you going to say? What clap back? Is there a clap back? You got something? You got something. It's cute. But no, denied. Yeah. So let's see here. What else? Let me tuck this under so I don't get myself confused. As if I'm already not confused. all the time. Okay, so let's look at this again. Since we have this coming in for us, what else? What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know about the full moon energies? Anything else that we need to know? Anything else that we need to know? Well, fine then. What is it that we don't know about what's coming up that perhaps we need to know? Anything that we don't know that we can be privy to? Anything that we don't know? Huh? Ooh, wow. I saw a card completely reverse itself. Like it did a full spin. Ooh, okay. All of these are big clump, but the full. I just got done talking about full, not fool. I was like, not fool, but full. And then the fool comes out, and then I can just go ahead and be slack-jawed as hell like I always am, and it's okay. The Fool, Aries energy. Okay, we got Aries energy. This King of Wands has an Aries feel to it too, can be. And then we got this coming out. So what we don't see yet that is coming our way, some kind of fresh brand new beginning. Yeah, a fresh brand new beginning. Damn. Girl, she rusty as hell. Yeah, some kind of really fresh beginning. Now, you know, some of us, when we see the fresh beginning, it makes us have the fear thoughts because we're like, what's new? I don't know if I'm ready for change. I don't know if I can handle change. A little bit too much, too fast, you know, kind of stuff like that. If that's something that you might be feeling, okay, but if this is something that also feels like about damn time, I needed some relief, well then the relief is coming in. So hey, go ahead and gloat in it. Tell me about this full energy. What about it? What is the full energy coming in for us? What is it? We don't necessarily see it coming, but it is a new plan, a new idea, a new way of doing things, a new way of seeing things, a new way of understanding the situation you're in. Yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles upright. Exactly. It looks like some other option. Some other option or some other direction that you just didn't see because it went from one way to two. Two. You got a 2 on the card. Looks like there are 2 different directions, 2 different possibilities that you can be choosing between in the next coming up days. 2 different things. Perhaps one of those options you didn't know about yet. Or perhaps one of these things that Condom Hat is bringing you is something that you didn't know about yet. And that can either be good news. It could also be news that you didn't necessarily want to see either. I'm just going to be honest with you. But with this being upright, I don't think there's anything to necessarily worry about. To me, having options can be a good thing. Why not? Why not? So tell me more. Ooh, tell me more about it. Oh, shit. Judgment. Scorpionic energy. Hi. Okay. So we got that coming out on the mix. So this feels almost like, how cheesy does it sound to say destiny? Because that's the word I want to say, but I almost can't dare spit it out because it's like, destiny, you know, it just, I don't know. It just feels, feels like a shit word. But at the same time, that's what it feels like. Looking at all 3 of these together, I mean, these are 2 really power punching major arcanas, okay? And you have infinity in between and the 2 pentacles on either side. So it almost feels like you're kind of, the branching, the 2 different ways. If you're looking at it as in one way versus another way, it almost feels like you're going to have to choose very clearly between picking something that's absolutely brand new and uncharted territory. You haven't necessarily done this before. You don't know exactly what you're doing, and it can be, the unknown is scary, it's uncertain, and it can be intimidating, but yet you're at the point where you're kind of at your wit's end, and it's like, you know, to be or not to be, damn it, that is the question. Pick one. It's like you're either at that, or this destiny card feels like new way or repeat. There is a second chance type feeling of this card, which can be positive in terms of like a redemption, a second chance, a do-over. But if you compare that to the Fool energy, The do-over is something that you have done before. It's cool to get a chance to kind of renew something and do it over, but that's using the same materials, just perhaps in a different configuration. The full energy is brand new groceries, brand new materials, something completely different. So it does kind of feel like going out on a limb in uncharted territory, or just kind of revamping something that you're already used to. Not necessarily seeing either one of these being a bad direction to choose, to opt into, but I'm seeing that you're really going to have to pick. You're gonna have to pick. One might feel more familiar, but you might know in your heart of hearts that you have to scrap the old and start fresh. Some of y'all are gonna have to start fresh. The more conservative route, I would say, looking at this, is probably going in the direction of the Judgment card. I don't know if it's just me, if I'm just feeling myself, which is possible because I've been a bit of a mess lately. I think people know from seeing like my last like cry fest video. So I've got a lot of anxiety to have and to hold and to share with everyone. But at the same time, I'm feeling that. So I don't know if some of y'all watching this are almost feeling like, oh God, you know that something's going on. You know that something has to give. And you know that you have to like really decide something and really go make a decision and go in a direction, but it can feel overwhelming and it can feel anxiety producing, and it can just be kind of like, oh, make or break feeling, you know? I don't know why I'm sensing that from this spread, but that's what I'm sensing, so that is what I shall say. So whether it lands or it doesn't, y'all can let me know in the comments, okay? So to finish this off and cap it out, what is kind of our universal guidance? What's our universal guidance for this situation, navigating this buck full moon? Oh, I said it without laughing. I sure did. All right. Buck full moon. I need some advice about what to do with my buck. What do I do with my buck full moon? Tell me about it, baby Jesus. Feline. Thumper. Tell me what to do with my buck full moon. Advice. Okay, fine. We'll reverse it. What is our universal guidance for this full moon energy? Is it? Are you being like I said what I said? Is this what this is? Because I'm just start picking stuff that juts out at me. All right. Nope. I did not feel about picking. Okay. Because that one was about to come out. Oh, damn it. I didn't want to see that one. Because I don't want to do it myself. Okay, yeah, but that's true, though. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it at all. 6 of Cups in the reverse. Can y'all see that? Can y'all tell? Can y'all tell it's the little ones? We're giving the flowers over. Not the best deck to probably use in a video. Sorry about it. Back here, I think it's actually easier to see. Yeah. Perhaps. Anyway, 6 of Cups reversed as our universal guidance. And I rebuke that. Thanks. I rebuke it because that's saying unfinished business. And I get real salty when I see unfinished business because I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to live in the past. I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to live my best life. Why are you taking me backwards all the time? Why does it always be like you gotta go backwards? But it does. It feels like unfinished business, especially regarding anybody who's dealing with issues of their family or exes. Family issues, ex-lover issues, unfinished business. Some karmic ties that need to be sorted and wrapped up. That's what this card talks about. That's why it's a big old fuck you to that card right now. What else? What about it? Tell me about it. What exactly about it? Advice, please. What about this unfinished business? Let me know. Getting on the same page. 5 of Wands in reverse. We're having to get on the same page with one another. We're having to reconcile our differences. People that have been coming at things with different perspectives are having to really talk it out, really come together, because it does feel like there's some kind of conflict or dissension that's been going on. If there is conflict inside of you and you've been finding yourself frustrated, fired up, on the edge, nervous breakdown kind of a thing, if you've been feeling kind of like, tiptoeing about that kind of shit, if that's been you, then this is kind of calling you or suggesting to you to kind of disarm. And I don't like that neither, okay? I'm triple fire sign, and right now I'm feeling like being a little feisty, and I don't really like disarm. I'm like, what? I ain't putting my $30 down. It's a buck full moon. Buck full moon. Homegirl needs some venison tonight. No, I don't. I'm not going to eat Bambi or your dad or your baby daddy or nobody. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it does look like some kind of past baggage where people are going to have to get on the same page, and you're going to have to talk it out, and you're going to have to talk sweet. People are going to have to disarm and kind of come together and get on the same page about something. So whether your family is going to have a little come to Jesus powwow where everybody just kind of like puts it down, throws down the gauntlet and comes together, kumbaya, or ex-lovers getting things kind of reconciled. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know what's going on in everybody's personal life, but there is some kind of very big necessity to drop the baggage and get on the same page. And why is this? What else? What else we got? Tell me why. Tell me why. Break out into the boy bands. Okay, let's see here. Oh, shit. Tell me why. Because there's more to be done, girl. Boy, y'all. More to be done, y'all. More to be done. The Knight of Wands upright. Yet again, more fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay? But the Knight of Wands is like, hey, because an adventure cometh. That's why an adventure is on the way. Something is about to pop off. The full moon is about to rocket us onto yet another adventure. It looks like either this direction or this direction. These are the adventures. You can choose to play player 1 or player 2. I don't know which one you're going to go with. I don't know. You're going to have to evaluate your stuff, but there's movement here that's going to be happening. You have absorbed and soaked up as much as you can, and the movement is about to go. It's like we've been cranked up. The Energizer Bunny has been crank. And we're at the top of the roller coaster, and we're about to go. The Fury. We got that here. There's a roller coaster near my house, and I really like it anyway. It's okay. I'm not going to get on roller coasters this year because I heard it was bad juju. And I am superstitious enough to pay attention to that shit. So even though I can be reckless, I'm not going to be getting on any roller coasters this year. I'll just wait till 2022. So anyway, who cares? There is an adventure that is coming. There is something that's about to launch forward. So this is basically saying you've soaked it up to get ready for it. So you are primed and you're ready. The only thing you have to do is resolve this last clincher of an issue with baggage. Get on the same page about it. Pick kind of which direction you're going into, which path you're really wanting to start, and then we're off to the races at that point. That's a fast sea biscuit right there. Off to the races. So movement and action. Movement is definitely coming. I would lend to say that it's probably going to make you feel a lot more victorious than you have been. So if you've been feeling kind of mopey-dopey, unmotivated and disenfranchised, the tables look to be turning right about now. Unless, of course, perhaps you choose to do something over that you really should have started around fresh. So don't opt into the fresh thing if you're avoiding the past when you need to redo something, but don't rehash something you've already done if you need to turn over a new leaf. Figure out which one it is for you, man. Figure it out. So that's what I'm looking at here. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh God, it didn't have to be so dramatic. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Anyway, hopefully that's making some sense. I know there's some things in there that were talking directly to me, and I was feeling some kind of way, and I was like, listen, don't you get Projection City up in here. You keep it clear. You cleep that channel clear. Whatever. Okay, that's what we're doing. And, I went to go pick up the deck, and even though I tucked that in, it popped back out. The card that I cussed the most whenever it popped out, the six of cups in reverse, I was like, I hate it. I'm gonna ignore it. And then as I'm already tucked it into bed, it skeeted itself back out as if anyone needed that. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, hopefully there's some stuff in that message that hits home, that resonates and makes sense. Hopefully so. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Bye for now.